Hey all, Hipper here. So today we are out in the Scharnhorst, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like and share. So I haven't played this ship here a lot lately, and it's really down to pretty much the reason that I'm showing in this battle here. Because there's nothing wrong with Scharnhorst in itself, but if you don't have a team that's interested in doing a little bit of pushing, then you're not going to have very interesting battles in the ship here, and sitting back in a Scharnhorst is just a recipe for, boredom and mediocre results. So having like a game where you actually get the opportunity to push is really important. So we've spawned over here on the right flank at the C cap, and it's actually a pretty good spawn because it allows me to push in, and there's plenty of islands to use as cover on the way, and it's hard to actually think of a better Scharnhorst spawn, really. Because as soon as you get around this island here and you're able to head in bow first, it's kind of... well, it's actually really hard to stop this ship here once it gets going, obviously. But the thing is that you can only do so much by yourself. And like I said in the beginning, sitting back in this ship here is just not fun. So, I mean, the whole reason you pick Scharnhorst or Odin or Bismarck or Tirpitz or something like that is to have a bit of brawling fun, hopefully at some point in the battle. So pushing in makes good sense. So Scharnhorst was one of the first premium ships available. I think Indianapolis was the first, and then I think then Scharnhorst. I can't remember anymore, but it was one of the very first premium ships available, and I also bought it back then. And yeah, that's still the Scharnhorst I have here. I've had the B version also, but I think I've sold it in the meantime, because really, like, you don't need more than one Scharnhorst, do you? And the original is always better. In the beginning, this ship gave me some really good battles, because no one was used to German battleships back then. That did, like, no German battleships existed except for Scharnhorst, at least for a while. And it was a lot of fun to surprise people with your torpedoes when they weren't aware. But obviously, these days everybody knows that the German battleships, at least the majority of them, are equipped with torpedoes, and you shouldn't get too close to them. And I mean, I guess that's a good thing. People are learning how the game actually works, but it also means that it's quite a bit less fun to play these German battleships these days, which is a shame. And another problem with these ships is the proliferation of, like, very capable high explosives cruisers, where as soon as you're spotted, you're just gonna get swamped in high explosives, and there's not much you can do about it in these battleships here, or any battleship for that matter. So it makes it a little bit tedious, really. So that's why I again push in these German battleships here, because at least then you have some cover from the HE spammers, which you don't have if you're sitting back. And yeah. And then there's another problem with the small caliber guns here, because it is quite a problem to actually penetrate cruisers sometimes, unless they're broadside, of course, then it's not a problem. These days we have so many different German battleships to choose from, so it's hard to recommend the tier 6 Scharnhorst here, because, the Odin, well, it's better. The Brandenburg, well, it's better. And then we have, like, a bunch of the more like sturdier battleship with bigger 15-inch guns, like Bismarck and Tirpitz, for example. And if the rumors are right, then we're going to get another heavy cruiser branch of German ships this next update. So even less reason to really take out the Scharnhorst these days. It is a fun ship, and of course, if you get these torpedo opportunities here, well, it's a very entertaining ship. But it doesn't happen very often these days, because people are, wise enough to understand that don't, push a Scharnhorst or a Tirpitz or a Brandenburg or an Odin if you can get away with not pushing it, because they are equipped with torps, and yeah, they get taken out easily, but yeah, it's I don't know, it's just not I don't know how to actually fix this thing here with the German battleships, because they are just a little bit meh to play, really. They look really cool. Some of the most beautiful ships. I actually think Scharnhorst is one of the most beautiful battleships in the game. The guns are just a little bit too puny. See, I'm having this Lyon here, broadside, and I'm not getting any citadels on him. I'm hardly actually hitting him because of the German dispersion, which is pretty terrible, to be honest. I'm running the Scharnhorst commander on the ship. I haven't shown it because the build I'm running here is not a build that I would run normally. So you'll just have to take my word for it. She's pretty good because she helps with the dispersion, and although that's not your, primary, well, not supposed to be your primary mission in a German battleship, if you don't have good dispersion on your guns in any battleship, you're just not going to do well. And that's a shame, because that's not really what the German ships are about. They're about pushing and, locking down areas like I'm doing here, and, keeping people from entering a cap. And it's rare you actually get to play it that way, which is a shame. So you can see we're down no less than 5 ships now after 9 minutes. No, only 6 minutes. No, we're not 9 minutes. 6 minutes, and we're down 5 ships. So this is obviously going to be a loss. You can also see that our map control is just terrible. We have 1 cap, but we're going to lose B very, very easily. And I won't ever be able to really consolidate C over here being just 1 ship. I can fend off the guys over here for a while, but at some point I'm just going to be thinking, well, this is getting boring now, and I'm about to hit that point now. So we get a broadside shot at the shores, and of course we absolutely completely miss with the German dispersion here, and it just makes the ships more frustrating to play than they have to, which is again a shame, really. We give it one more try, just a little bit of island on the way there, and we do get a citadel this time. But to be honest, I think I was owed a few citadels from the earlier shot. So anyway, I need to get rid of the shores here, so I can keep pushing forward. But as you can see, this is a losing battle. We are 3 versus 6 now, and our positioning is leaving a lot to be desired. So even if we manage to take out another 2-3 red ships, they're still gonna win. So instead, I am just going to try to torp this battleship here that's trying to flank me. And I have another battleship on the other flank, so I mean, sooner or later he's gonna come around that island and be able to citadel me, or chunk me heavily from the broadside. So I just need to get around this island here quite quickly and get into torp range of this battleship over here, and then I will pretty much call it a day here, because see, we are down to 2 ships now, 2 versus 5, and there's no hope. Had I been in a destroyer, I could possibly, maybe not have salvaged this game, but at least I would have some stuff left to do. But as it is now, I'm just going to be spotted the whole time, and everybody's going to shoot at me. So I might as well get some damage in, and then just say, well, that was an interesting battle, but let's not play Scharnhorst again. So we have 1 set of torpedoes off, and really, my only goal here is to stay alive long enough to shoot the 2nd set. So get a little bit of extra damage in there. So the high caliber, got that. We're at 116, but as soon as he gets off the next salvo, I am a dead Scharnhorst. I'm an ex-Scharnhorst then. And that's what usually happens in these battles here in Scharnhorst. I mean, you get pummeled because you're expected to push in, and then if you don't have backup, then it's just not a lot of fun, really. So anyway, there's a destroyer left, and he's facing no less than 5 ships, and he's behind by nearly 300 points, and this is going to be a loss, obviously. Any player worth their salt, so to speak, can tell that after just a few minutes of playing. If you just look at the battleships on your team, you know pretty much instantly if you're losing or winning. So hope you enjoyed the video, guys, and I'll see you out there.